you may not believe yourself, and that will be the only difficulty that you have in your life. When we are born, we have to develop who we are, and that comes through our consciousness, and that consciousness develops over time. And then we have to decide if we believe in ourselves. A lot of times that gets really challenging. And it could be especially challenging right now because the world is changing. We each go through what I call an ascension process when we live, which means that we move through things to figure out who we are, to become more confident, to figure out what we're meant to do in the world, because everyone has a particular life purpose they're meant to live. But that can also be challenging because it's so unique. And see, no one's going to be like you. No one's going to have exactly the life path that you have, which is why you may feel at times you're an imposter. That became really big. We have the imposter syndrome. And I come to know, nope, that's never true. It's that we just don't believe. And I can say this because I've lived it my entire life. And it was so challenging for me to talk about it because I thought, no one's going to believe this. I said that several years ago. And then I also said, wait a minute, but I figured it out. I know how people can live their best life, how they can become happy, how they can move through all the trauma, and how they can move through this particular period in our world. Because I've also said we're moving through this big mass ascension. And I've been saying that for 4 years so that people would understand why we were having all this division and anger and wars and all of that. It's energy. It's a generational change, and it's happened many times in our world, but we've never experienced anything like this, so it looks a little crazy. And then I'm receiving this information from my guide, Wilhelm, and it's been going on for 35 years. But 4 years ago, I'm receiving new information about how the world was going to be changing. But if we decided that we were going to heal, meaning each of us individually, go inside, figure out who we are, let go of all the old stuff, which is that dance that we take to the fifth dimension or more of ascension process, then we heal. We heal in every single way, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. That doesn't seem believable. And it didn't seem like it wasn't believable to me, except I lived it. So I know it's believable and I know it's true. Because what happens is when you let go of all the stuff that's been holding you back, that is an energetic change, and then you start to heal. I was speaking with my group yesterday, and this is one of the reasons I'm doing this video now, because I've committed that I'm going to talk more about this. I'm changing a lot of things in my program. Many of you know about my program, but I said probably 5 years ago or more, I said, listen, if I was charging $5,000, then a lot of people would be doing it. Well, what I'm going to do is document all of this, and then I will be charging that because I want people to know what is possible. Whenever we might live, there's certain limitations that we have in our consciousness of what we think we can do, what we think we can achieve. And I'm telling you, I know that you can achieve so much more because I've done it. And that's the information that I'm going to give to so many others before I leave this earth. Because see, I'm aging the other way now. I'm 73, but I'm going to see how much younger I can get. I just saw a report saying that the 70 is the new 60 now. I said, no, that's not possible because I feel like I'm 30. And that's something that is challenging for people to understand. But I'm going to start talking about it. I haven't figured out if it's just going to be a book or maybe I'll do a documentary. Maybe that would be a lot more effective. But I want people to understand where you can move to, because it doesn't matter what's happened in your life, doesn't matter where you had been before, what kind of struggles, what kind of difficulties, how you failed, because I've done all of those. So I do understand. I've done all of that. But then you understand why you had them and you figure out your unique life path and what you're supposed to accomplish in this world, then the world becomes so much better. And that's the information I was given. And that's why the world right now is going a little crazy because we're trying to make it better, and we make it better when we become better, and that's within each of us. So I just want you to understand we're moving through these things, but you're being asked to evolve to another level of who you're meant to become. And the more of us who do that, we start to understand that self-belief is the most powerful thing that we have, and we can accomplish anything. And I know that because I've done it, and I'm going to inspire so many others to do exactly the same thing. Have a great day.